Welcome to Summer of Synths. This is an event where I invite other YouTubers onto my channel to tell us about something that they're passionate about. And today's special guest is a drummer and synth YouTuber that will teach us a thing or two about 3 favorite drum machines. So give a warm welcome to Freebeat.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Freebeat here. First off, I just want to say a huge thank you to Bo for having me today and including me in the 2022 Summer of Synths. If you don't know who I am, I have a YouTube channel where I upload new videos every single day, mostly covering budget electronic music gear, typically under $500-ish US. I'm relatively new to the world of electronic music, but I've been playing drums for over 20 years. Sadly, that means that, of course, I've also been broke for the past 20 years, and that did not change when I got into electronic music. So I love to combine my passion for drums with my interest in budget electronic music gear, and today I've brought 3 affordable drum machines to show you. The neat thing about all 3 of these drum machines is that they have the ability to change and grow with you, stretching your hard-earned cash that much further. Let's get started. First up, it's the Korg Volca Drum. Coming in at $169 US, the Volca Drum is a 6-part digital drum machine with a crazy amount of features for its price. Each of the 6 parts is made up of 2 layers, each with a separate source shape, mod shape, and envelope shape. From there, you can change the mod amount and rate, the envelope's attack and release, the pitch, and the send to the waveguide resonator. The waveguide acts as a sort of delay effect with a touch of, well, actually a lot of wackiness. The waveguide itself has controls for decay, body, and tuning, and depending on what sounds you have sent to it can bring out some truly insane results. On top of that, each part also has gain, pan, bit crusher, drive, and wavefold parameters, as well as toggleable pitch quantization if you want to make some melodic sounds. Now, if you think that sounds complicated, you'd be correct. For in-depth sound design sessions, I highly recommend using fellow YouTuber Oscillator Sync's Synthmata editor that allows you to edit all of the Volca Drum parameters in your web browser. Let's talk about the sequencer, which is arguably the most advanced of all the Volcas. In addition to a very simple to use step edit toggle, we also have Slice for easy playing of rolls, Accent for adding more oomph to the selected step, Choke Group for forcing sounds to mute others, and even per step probability. Motion sequencing, Korg's version of parameter locks, is reminiscent of the incredible Electron sequencer. Simply hold down the step you wish to edit and change your desired parameter. There's also a randomizer for both sounds and rhythms. If you can't tell, I absolutely love the Volca Drum. The amount of features it has compared to its price is pretty remarkable. Do you want a bonus drum sequencing tip? Of course you do. When you're first starting to work on a song and you've just finished coming up with your first drum pattern, immediately start working on a second drum pattern. Make sure it's different enough from the first one. Then when you start trying to fit the melody of your song to the first pattern, you'll already have a second drum pattern ready to go. While this might sound silly, it'll actually trick your brain into working on a melody for the first pattern that has an easier time sliding into the new pattern, and eventually a new melody. Okay, so maybe that's more of an overall songwriting tip, but don't worry, I've got 2 more drum sequencing tips coming later in the video. Next on the list, it's the PO32 Tonic. Yep, it's a pocket operator. You probably already know about these. 16 sounds, 16-step sequencer, 16 patterns, 16 punch-in effects, parameter locks, it's all here. Being a pocket operator, it's perfect for quickly jotting down any rhythm that randomly pops into your head. As you can hear, the stock kit sounds terrific. However, the greatest strength of the PO32 is its ability to load in custom drum kits from the Microtonic VST software. But don't worry, there's no need to actually buy the software, as many users have uploaded their own custom kits online for you to use for free. Combine the sound versatility with features like step accents, mutes, and solo, and you'll find that the PO32 Tonic is a fantastic little drum machine, even if you're just using it as a sketchpad for ideas. I'm constantly reaching for mine when inspiration strikes. Time for your next drum sequencing tip. When you've got a drum pattern that you really like, but you want to change it up for a new section of your song without losing the feel of that pattern, here's an easy trick. Simply take all of your kicks and snares and swap them. All the kicks become snares, all the snares become kicks. It's that easy. So here's our first pattern. We're just going to swap the kicks and the snare drums. And here's the new pattern. This allows you to change the pattern's immediate sonic palette, all while maintaining its rhythmic integrity.
Before we move on with the video, I just want to mention our Summer of Synths sponsor, DistroKid. So if the Summer of Synths videos have inspired you to create some music and you want to release it, you should use DistroKid. They're very quick to get the music onto stores, and it only costs $20 a year, and you can upload unlimited amounts to all the relevant stores like Spotify, iTunes. We got Amazon Music, we got Tidal. It's also super easy to collaborate using DistroKid, so if you are working on music with other people and you need to share the revenue between each other, it's super easy to set up. You basically just insert the emails of the people that you're working with, and it's pretty much that simple, and then they get a cut of whatever revenue you're making from your music. So definitely check out DistroKid. I've linked them down below. If you use the link, you support Summer of Synths and you get a discount. Thank you so much, DistroKid, for all the years of supporting Bobeats, and thank you for supporting Summer of Synths.
And finally, the last drum machine we're looking at today is the Electron Model Cycles. The Model Cycles is an FM groovebox with 6 tracks and 6 different machines, as Electron calls them. They're basically the sound engines that give the Model Cycles its character. There's kick, snare, metal for cymbal-type sounds, perk for percussion-based noises, tone, and finally, chord. The neat thing is that these machines are not tied to any of the tracks, and you can have duplicate machines. This means you could have 6 tracks of the kick machine if you wanted to. Sound design on the Cycles, while fine, pales in comparison to the might of the Electron sequencer. That's right, even though this box costs just over $300 US, Electron included their full sequencer. That means in addition to things like per-step parameter locks, easy copy and paste shortcuts, 64-step full-resolution patterns, 96 of those patterns per project, by the way, you also get access to the trigger conditions from the much more expensive Electron boxes. These allow you not only to set probability to trigger like the Volca Drum, but also choose from a list of conditions that will only trigger their assigned step when met. While each step can only have one condition assigned to it, many conditions assess the state of other steps, and the possibilities are essentially endless. My favorite features have to be the temporary pattern save and reload combined with the control all function. While jamming, you can hold function and hit temporary save to save a temporary version of the current pattern. Then, feel free to mess with any of the 6 tracks to your heart's content, or use Control-All to mess with all of them at the exact same time. When you're ready to go back, just hold Function and press Pattern Reload, and you'll be right back where you were originally. One more little thing I want to mention is whenever you change any parameter, you have about 2 seconds to press the back button to instantly undo that change. It's a thoughtful little feature that makes the Cycles even more forgiving to work with. At the end of the day, the Model Cycles is a fantastic way to explore new rhythms, all while making FM a bit more accessible to us all. Alright, here's that other drum sequencing tip I promised. This one is a super easy way to come up with drum fills. First, take a pattern that you're trying to come up with a fill for. Nice and simple. Now, select one of the sounds that you're working with and put it anywhere on the pattern. Let's take this snare drum here. I'm just going to put it right here. Next, listen to your new pattern to get a good feel for it. Now, switch to another sound. Here on the Cycles, I'm going to switch to the kick. Same thing as before, just add another note anywhere on the sequencer grid. Listen to it again. Now, repeat this process 3 to 4 more times, adding a note anywhere on the grid each time, and switching between both of your sounds. If you're not satisfied with how the pattern sounds, you can either keep going or pull back notes that you added. I'm going to add a few more snare drums here, and a few more kicks towards the beginning. Don't worry about if it sounds good or not until you think you've finished adding notes, and listen to the pattern enough to wrap your head around it. If you feel then that there are any glaring issues, you can fix it, but otherwise, you're done. Take this pattern with you, add it into your song, and feel free to expand on it later in your track as well, if you want to employ a little rhythmic foreshadowing. There you have it. 3 affordable drum machines that offer features well above their price tag. Hopefully, this is proof that it doesn't have to be expensive to sound good. But above all else, remember, music is subjective. As long as you like it, nothing else matters. For more drum sequencing tips, plus a bunch of other content, feel free to check out my channel. Thanks again to Bo for inviting me to be a part of the Summer of Synths this year. It was a lot of fun, and I do hope that you all enjoyed this video.
Thank you so much, Freebeat, for teaching us about these 3 drum machines. Make sure to check out Freebeat. I've linked him down in the description, so go and check him out. And as always, a big thank you for you being here watching Summer of Synths. Make sure to share the videos around. I'm trying to make this a fun community event, so the more you share the videos around, the more guests we can have on next year and so on. So thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. Talk to you later.